Good morning, students. Today we are going to see in this presentation the Climate of India Part 2B. In our previous presentation, Part 2A, we had learnt about the advancing monsoon, the movement of the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch was learnt in detail. Today, we are going to study the retreating monsoon, that is October to November month they blow, the cold season, which follows the retreating monsoon in December and Feb. And then we are going to learn the northeast monsoon that falls in November and December. Children, we are also going to learn the local winds, the distribution of rainfall, and the difference between temperate and tropical cyclones. Now let's go to the next slide. Before we start with the retreating monsoon, let us understand, revise again how the seasons are formed in India. In India, we have hot season from March to May, which is followed by rainy season, which is split into two, the advancing monsoon, June to September. We can also call it as onset of monsoon or beginning of monsoon, June to September. That is followed by retreating monsoon, October, November. And that is followed by cold season, in which we have the northeast trade winds blowing all over the country in December and February. So, in short, we have hot season, rainy season and cold season. Rainy season is divided into two, advancing monsoon and retreating monsoon. Let us go to the next slide. The rainy season is divided into advancing monsoon, June to September, retreating monsoon, October to November, and northeast monsoon, November to December. The advancing monsoon follows the hot summer season. We call it as the onset of southwest monsoon winds. What is retreating monsoon? Retreating monsoon is a transition period between the withdrawal of the southwest monsoon winds from our country and the beginning of the northeast monsoon winds. We can say the onset of northeast monsoon winds. It means the southwest monsoon winds move out from our country and the northeast monsoon winds come in our country. Now, when does the northeast monsoon winds come? They come in the month of November and December. We also call it as northeast trade winds. These winds are cold winds. They come in the cold season. Now let's go to the next slide. The southwest monsoon winds are divided into Arabian Sea branch and Bay of Bengal branch. Let's see the next slide. The winter rainfall. The winter rainfall we receive from two important winds. The western disturbance, whom we call it as temperate cyclones, which come from Mediterranean Sea and they reach India by the month Jan and Feb. They give rainfall to northwest India in the month of January and February. The rainfall is 5 to 7 centimeters. And this rainfall comes in winter season in northwest India. The second monsoon wind which gives rainfall in winter season is the northeast monsoon winds. In further slides, we are going to see how these winds give winter rainfall to southeast coast, that means the coast of Tamil Nadu in November and December. So winter rainfall we receive from two winds, western disturbance and northeast monsoon. If you observe properly, both the winds are giving rainfall to two different parts of our country. Western disturbance give rain to northwest India and northeast monsoon winds give rain to southeast coast of India, that is Tamil Nadu. The source of both the winds are different. Western disturbance, the source is Mediterranean Sea from where they pick up the moisture, whereas northeast monsoon winds, the source is Bay of Bengal from where they pick up the moisture. When we compare these two winds, the one who gives heavy rainfall is the northeast monsoon winds because they are accompanied by tropical cyclones. Western disturbance do not give much rainfall. It gives only 5 to 7 centimeters of rainfall. Let's go to the next slide. Now let's begin in detail the explanation of retreating monsoon season. The retreating monsoon season begins in October and November. As we had seen in the previous slide, it's a transition period between the final withdrawal of southwest monsoon wind and the onset or coming in of northeast monsoon winds. Let's take the help of the map. Look to the right hand side, the map which is shown. In this map, look at the northern part of our country. The September month is the month from where the monsoon will start withdrawing. So, the monsoon withdraws first from North India in the month of September. In the month of October, it withdraws from Central India. In the month of November, it withdraws from Peninsular India. And in the month of December, it leaves India. If you go to the southern part of the country, you can see December month, first week, it leaves Kerala. So, the monsoon will withdraw from north direction of the country to the south direction. And the state who will face the withdrawal last is the state Kerala. So, Kerala receives the monsoon wind first in June and it faces the withdrawal last in the month of December. And that is the reason Kerala state has a very long rainy season of more than 6 months. Let's go to the map which is to the left hand side. This map has shown two seasons, summer and winter. Let's have a recap of summer season. In our previous presentation, we have learned that the southeast trade winds, they cross the equator in summer season and they move from the right hand side, and so these winds we call it as southwest monsoon winds and they bring rain to our country. Observe the ITCZ in summer season, that is the low pressure zone that is called as intertropical convergence zone. It is on India in the Indo-Gangetic plains. Now look at the winter season map. In winter season map, you can see the ITCZ has left India. It has gone to the southern part of the equator. Now why this has happened? Because the pressure on land and water has changed. In winter season, the land has cooled down. So high pressure has developed on the landmass of our country. And even the water body has cooled, but comparative to land, the water is still warm. So low pressure is developed on the water body. So the winds will start retreating. That means the southwest monsoon will start leaving India. It will start withdrawing from the country. And that withdrawal is called as retreating monsoon season. The ITCZ shifts to the southern part of the equator and we have winter season in our country. Let's go to the next slide. Now let's see what is October heat. Children, this October heat is the transition period between the rainy season going out from our country and the cold winter season coming in our country. During this transition period of rainy season and cold season, we have sudden rise in temperature and humidity in the atmosphere. We feel very uncomfortable and oppressive during this month. And that's the reason this month is commonly known as October heat. The climate becomes hot and humid in this month. Now, let us see why do the monsoon retreat. First of all, let's look at the map. The ITC-Z, which is on northern plains, will start shifting down and it will leave India. The reason behind that is when the rainy season gets over and we start with the cold winter season, it means the northern hemisphere has moved away from the sun. The angle of sun rays has decreased on the landmass of our country. So the land starts cooling and the water body also starts cooling, but the rate of land for cooling is faster. So on land, high pressure will be developed and on water body, low pressure will be developed. Due to this change of pressure belt on land mass and water, the monsoon winds withdraw from our country. That means they step back from our country. Let's see the question. Why do the monsoon retreat? Due to change in the pressure on land and water body, this is one reason. Landmass develops high pressure and water body develops low pressure. So the monsoon wind will move from land to sea in October and November. Then this particular movement of the wind from land to sea in October and November is called as retreating monsoon. Let's go to the next slide. Now again, why do the monsoon retreat in October and November? Let us have a quick recap. The angle of sun rays move towards southern hemisphere when there is winter in northern hemisphere. India lies in northern hemisphere, so from November onwards the winter season begins. Due to change in the angle of sun rays and also due to rainfall, the land starts cooling. The pressure on land mass turns into high pressure and the surrounding water bodies are still warm, so low pressure is formed on the water body. Now which water bodies we have? Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal and Indian Ocean. This happens in the month of October and November. This makes the southwest monsoon winds to take a reverse turn. That means they start moving from land to sea. The southwest monsoon winds withdraw first from the north part of our country. In our previous slide also we had seen the withdrawal is in the September month from north part, October month from central India, November month from peninsular India, and in December month it leaves Kerala. Then it withdraws from central India in October, as I repeated now. So this is the way how monsoon retreats from our country. Let's go to the next slide. These two maps are showing the incoming of the northeast trade winds, the cold winds in winter season. Till now, we had seen how do the monsoon leave India. Now, we are going to study when the monsoon winds leave India, which winds come inside. The winds which enter India in cold season, they are the northeast trade winds. These winds, if you look to the right hand side map, travel from Central Asia and they enter India from northeast direction, and that's the reason they are called as northeast trade winds. Now, if you look at the left hand side map, that shows the withdrawal of the monsoon. High pressure is developed on the landmass and low pressure is developed on the water body, and so the southwest monsoon wind is withdrawing from the landmass to water body. Right? Now, what happens when the northeast trade winds come? These are the cold and dry winds. They do not bring any rain. They move from land to sea. So they are offshore. I'm repeating. Northeast trade winds are moving from land to sea, as you can see in the map to the right hand side. As they move from land to sea, these winds are dry winds. They do not give rainfall to any major part of our country. But there are some northeast trade winds. If you look into the map, which is outline map shown to the right hand side of the screen, if you look at that map, there are some northeast trade winds who cross Bay of Bengal. So when they cross Bay of Bengal, they pick up the moisture from Bay of Bengal and they give heavy rainfall to Tamil Nadu coast. If you look into the map, one circle, broken circle is being drawn on Tamil Nadu and a cloud with thunder and lightning is shown in the map. This shows that the northeast trade winds, when they pick up the moisture from Bay of Bengal, they give heavy rainfall to the Coromandel coast of Tamil Nadu. All this thing happens in the month of November and December. So if we see November and December are the winter months. So northeast trade winds give rainfall to Tamil Nadu coast in winter season. Now the next question, does this northeast trade winds give rainfall to the all other parts of the country? The answer is no. They give rainfall only to Coromandel coast, that is the coast of Tamil Nadu. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, before we go to the next slide, so Tamil Nadu receives heavy rainfall in winters. Tamil Nadu do not receive heavy rainfall in summers, that is from June to September. The rainfall at Tamil Nadu is very less as the Bay of Bengal branch runs parallel to Tamil Nadu. Whereas in winter season, the northeast trade winds hit Tamil Nadu perpendicular and so Tamil Nadu receives heavy rainfall in November and December, that is the winter months. Let us go to the next slide. Now, what are tropical cyclones and when they do originate and what is its effect? Let us look into the maps first. The satellite image of the map shows tropical cyclone formed in Bay of Bengal. Now, these tropical cyclones are called tropical cyclones because these cyclones originate in tropical region. They originate in Bay of Bengal, which lies below Tropic of Cancer, and so they are called as tropical cyclones. The month in which these tropical cyclones are formed are October and November month in Bay of Bengal. A low pressure center is developed in Bay of Bengal and the winds from the surrounding region blow towards the low pressure. This low pressure depression originates near Andaman and Nicobar Islands. These tropical cyclones are formed in Bay of Bengal. They are very strong. They bring thunder, lightning, heavy rainfall to southeast coast of India. You can see in the map very clearly that these cyclones hit the southeast coast of India in October and November. If you remember in the previous slide, we have learned that October and November is the retreating monsoon season and the coming in of northeast trade winds. Northeast trade winds also are called as northeast monsoon winds. So we can say that tropical cyclones originate during the movement of retreating monsoon and northeast monsoon. Okay, let us go to the fourth point. The coastal region of Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Odisha gets heavy rainfall from tropical cyclones. How are these cyclones? They are very destructive to life, property and standing crops. These cyclones move from northeast part of our country to southwest part of our country. When we compare these tropical cyclones with western disturbance, the temperate cyclones, they are two different cyclones. Temperate cyclones are very mild. They do not cause destruction. They give only 5 to 7 centimeters of rain to northwest India. So this is the difference between the temperate cyclone and the tropical cyclone that you see on the screen. Let us move ahead. Now, what were the important points of retreating monsoon that we have learned till now? Retreating monsoon blows in October, November. From which part of the country they withdraw first? The north part of a country. That is Jammu and Kashmir. In which direction they withdraw? They withdraw from north to South India. How do they move? They move from land to sea. So will the rainfall decrease? Yes, the rainfall will reduce when monsoon retreats. Which part of the country gets rainfall from the retreating monsoon? Tamil Nadu coast, or we can say the Coromandel coast, gets rainfall from retreating monsoon in October to November. It also gets rainfall from northeast monsoon in October and November. Retreating monsoon is the period. How to define retreating monsoon? It's a period between the transition of the withdrawal of southwest monsoon winds and the onset of northeast monsoon winds. Kerala faces the retreating monsoon last, that is the first week of December. And Deccan Plateau lies in rain shadow region and hence remains dry during retreat of monsoon. Let us go to the next slide. Now there are certain questions based on retreating monsoon. Let us reply and understand also. Why does monsoon retreat from North India first? Can you guess the answer? Yes, the monsoon will retreat from North India first because the pressure changes in the northern part of India first. The high pressure is developed in the northern part of our country first. So the withdrawal will be from north part. Slowly the withdrawal will be from central India, then peninsular India, and then southern tip of India as seen in the map. You have to look at the lines with the dates. You will understand with the help of that. Second question. What is meant by season of retreating monsoon? The meaning of season of retreating monsoon is it's a transition period between the withdrawal of southwest monsoon wind and the onset of northeast monsoon wind. Name the months in which this rain is experienced, October and November. Why Kerala has long rainy season? Because Kerala faces the southwest monsoon wind first in June and it faces the retreating monsoon last in the month of December. So from June to December, it has a very long rainy season. That is more than 6 months. Describe, fourth question. Describe the process of retreat of summer monsoon. Again, you can take the help of the map and describe the process. Point number 1. The monsoon retreats from northern part of our country in September month. Then it retreats from central India in October month. Then it retreats from peninsular India in November month. And it leaves India in the first week of December. So in this way, the monsoon wind retreats due to change of pressure on landmass and water. High pressure is developed on landmass and low pressure is developed on water body. This way you will have to explain. What is pre-monsoon period? The meaning of pre-monsoon period is the period from March to May. The period before the arrival of the monsoon is called as pre-monsoon period, which is the summer season from March to May. This season develops the low pressure on the landmass and high pressure on the water body, and after pre-monsoon period we have the burst of monsoon. So what is burst of monsoon? Burst of monsoon means the first rain that we get with thunder, lightning and storm. That is called as burst of monsoon, which takes place in June month, or it also takes place in the last week of May. Okay, so how to explain burst of monsoon? is the first monsoon rain that comes with thunder, lightning and storm in the last week of May or first week of June. Let's go to the next question. What is break of monsoon, or we also call it as monsoon lull? Break of monsoon means the rainy season when it begins, the rain do not continue throughout. There is a certain gap in between. When there is a gap in between the dry spell and the wet spell, that dry spell is called as break of monsoon. I will repeat, when there is a gap in between the wet spell and dry spell, that break is called as monsoon lull or break of monsoon. The dry spell is called as break of monsoon. Name one region that gets rainfall from retreating monsoon. So if you look into the map, Tamil Nadu coast gets rainfall from retreating monsoon. Which winds are responsible for the rainfall experienced over the greater part of India? So if we say which winds give rainfall to more large part of our country, it is the southwest monsoon winds. That is the advancing monsoon. Retreating monsoon do not give rainfall to all parts of our country. So the answer for question number 9 is the southwest monsoon wind, the advancing monsoon gives rainfall to most part of our country from June to September. So this was all about the questions based on retreating monsoon. Hope you have understood. Let's go to the next slide. Now this slide talks about once the monsoon retreats in cold season, what happens? Let's see through the map. First, let's look at the right hand side map on the screen. When the monsoon retreats and the cold season begins in November, December, the northeast trade winds come inside the country. They enter India from northeast direction. They travel from Central Asia Arctic Circle, and these northeast trade winds are cold winds. If you look at the black color arrows drawn on the map, they are coming from northeast direction. So Himalayas do block these winds, as we have learned before. Himalayas block these northeast trade winds, and that's the reason India is saved from bitterly cold winds. We have learned this in our previous presentation. These northeast trade winds, if you look at the black color arrows, they move from land to sea. So they are cold, dry, offshore winds. Offshore winds means the winds who move from land to sea. So they are cold and dry winds. But these northeast trade winds do cross Bay of Bengal. Bay of Bengal lies below Tropic of Cancer. So the water in Bay of Bengal will remain warm throughout the year. These northeast trade winds are able to pick up the moisture from Bay of Bengal and give heavy rainfall to Tamil Nadu coast. These winds who cross Bay of Bengal, they hit the Tamil Nadu coast perpendicular, and that's the reason Tamil Nadu receives heavy rainfall from northeast monsoon winds. Northeast trade winds and northeast monsoon winds is one and the same. They give rainfall, that's why we call it as northeast monsoon winds. So if a question is asked, name the winds which give heavy rainfall to Tamil Nadu, it is the northeast monsoon winds. Now in which month it happens? It happens in the month of November, December, January, February. That means the entire winter season, Tamil Nadu will get rainfall from northeast monsoon winds. Children, I'll go back to the tropical cyclones also. During this period, in Bay of Bengal, tropical cyclones are also formed, which hits the Coromandel coast or coast of Tamil Nadu and the entire southeast coast. With the help of northeast monsoon winds, these tropical cyclones give heavy rainfall. I hope you have understood the onset of northeast monsoon. Now let's go to the left hand side map on the screen. This map speaks about the rainfall received in winter season. Go to northwest part. I'll revise again. Westerly depression come from Mediterranean Sea in January and February, and they give rainfall to the northwest part of our country. This happens in January and February. Whereas, go to the southern part, the Coromandel coast of Tamil Nadu. The northeast monsoon winds give rainfall to Coromandel coast, but the months are different. Here, the months are October, November, December, January. So the winds which are seen in this map, they do give rainfall in winter season to two different parts of the country, but the months are different. The sources of water for both the winds is different. The northeast monsoon winds pick up the moisture from Bay of Bengal and give rainfall to Coromandel coast. So the source is Bay of Bengal. Whereas the westerly depression, the source is Mediterranean Sea. Let's go to the next slide. As we have already started discussing the cold season, that is December to Feb, let's have a quick recap why we have cold season after the retreating monsoon. Point number 1. In winter season, the angle of sun rays is very low in northern hemisphere. Now why this happens? Because the northern hemisphere moves away from the sun. So the angle of sun rays will decrease. The angle of sun rays is high during that time on Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere. So South Pole will face the sun and North Pole will be away from the sun. And so we have cold winter season. On Indian landmass, during winter season, we have high pressure. And the surrounding water body is comparatively warmer, so it has low pressure. Which is the surrounding water body? Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal and Indian Ocean. We are talking about cold season. So in cold season, landmass has high pressure and water body has low pressure. The high pressure is developed over Central Asia also. In the northwest part of our country, even there the high pressure is developed. The cold northeast trade winds, they start blowing over the landmass of India. As I told you, these cold trade winds, northeast trade winds, they come from Arctic Circle and Central Asia. The northeast trade winds, they blow from land to sea. That means they are offshore and are cold and dry winds. Some of these northeast trade winds, they blow over Bay of Bengal and they are able to pick up the moisture and give heavy rainfall to Coromandel coast of Tamil Nadu. So this is all about the northeast monsoon winds which come in the cold season, that is winter season. So if the question is asked, how is the temperature in cold season all over the country? We can say in the interior of the landmass, the temperatures will be extreme cold during the winter season. The coastal areas will not have much difference due to moderating influence of the sea. The second question, how will be the pressure difference on land and water in cold season? Land will have high pressure and the water body will have low pressure. Let us go to the next slide. Children, till now we had learned the rainy season divided into three parts. The advancing monsoon where we receive heavy rainfall in all parts of our country. The second is the retreating monsoon and the third is the northeast monsoon. Now let's see how is the rainfall distributed in all parts of our country. Children, we have varied relief feature. That means we have plain, plateau, mountain, hills, and that's the reason we don't receive same amount of rainfall in all parts of our country. Some places fall into windward side, some places fall into leeward side, and some places fall into rain shadow regions. So we have variation in the rainfall received in all parts of our country. Let's see the first example. Heavy rainfall receiving places. That means the windward side of the mountains. receives heavy rainfall of more than 200 centimeters. If you look into the map, the dark bottle green color is used to show the rainfall above 250 centimeters. And we can see that color to the western side, southwest side, windward side of Western Ghat, and we can see the same color to the Garo Khasi Jaintia Hills in Meghalaya and Arunachal Pradesh. We can see the color. So we can say that, look at the examples given. Windward side of Western Ghat, northeast India, that is Purvanchal Hills, and the southern tip of India receives heavy rainfall. Now let's go to the moderate rainfall. Moderate rainfall falls into 100 to 200 centimeter. If you look at the key, the rainfall which falls into 100 to 200 centimeter is the light green color that has been used. We can see that color in Maharashtra, we can see in Telangana, we can see Andhra, major part of Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, some part. So majority part of our country falls into moderate rainfall. So moderate rainfall, if we say, it is found in Middle Ganga Valley. Middle Ganga Valley means the UP, Uttar Pradesh. It is also found in leeward side of Western Ghat. That means in Maharashtra and Karnataka. Then foothills of Himalaya. Foothills of Himalaya means the southern part of Nepal. So there we have the moderate rainfall of 100 to 200. Now let us pay attention to the next example. Low rainfall. Let us look at the key first. 50 to 100 centimeters of rainfall. So we have very less places with heavy rainfall. We have more places with moderate and low rainfall. So low rainfall is found again in Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra, parts of Telangana. You can see the key and the color that is spread all over Uttar Pradesh. So all these states we have the low rainfall. In region, it will be the central part of Deccan Plateau and the eastern part of Rajasthan, and Punjab and Haryana receives 50 to 100 centimeters of rainfall. Let us go to the scanty rainfall, that is less than 50 centimeters. So if we say less than 50 centimeters, it is very less rainfall received in northern part of Kashmir, Aravalli's west side where Thar desert is formed, rain shadow regions of Deccan Plateau, and the parts of southern Punjab, Kashmir again, and runoff Kutch in Gujarat. So these places receive scanty rainfall. Let us go to the next slide. Now let's study local winds. Children, if you remember, we had learned different types of wind. The trade winds, the permanent winds, westerlies, local winds and periodic winds. So we are going to study local winds that blow in India. In summer season, we have some local winds which blow in different parts of our country in March to May month. Let us see the first local wind. It is called as Loo. It blows in northern plains of our country, that is Punjab, Haryana and UP. These winds are very hot and dry winds. These hot and dry winds do affect the health of animals and humans. It also affects the plant life. So these winds are destructive as they affect the life of plant, animal and human. The second wind is called as Kal Baisakhi. It is called as Bardoli Chherha in Assam. Now where do these winds blow? These winds blow in northeast India and East India. That means in Assam and West Bengal. How are these winds? These winds are very strong. They bring storm, thunder, lightning and heavy rainfall in Assam and West Bengal. These winds have two effects, the constructive effect and the destructive effect. The constructive effect is it helps in tea cultivation in Assam, jute and rice cultivation in West Bengal. The rain that comes from this Kal Baisakhi winds is useful for tea cultivation in Assam and jute and rice cultivation in West Bengal. As these winds are very strong, they bring thunder, lightning and storm and heavy rainfall. They cause destruction to life, property and standing crops also. So let's go to the third wind now. The third wind is mango shower. These are again the summer local winds which blow in Kerala and Karnataka. The states that are affected are Kerala and Karnataka. They cause thunder and little rain they give. They don't give heavy rainfall. They bring little rain. This little rain is useful for ripening of mangoes in Kerala and Karnataka, especially in Karnataka. Now let's go to cherry blossom. Cherry blossom again blows in Karnataka. It causes little thunder. It does bring rain, but it is less rain, little rain. And this rain is useful for tea and coffee cultivation in Karnataka and Kerala. Especially in Karnataka, the coffee cultivation gets benefited from this local winds called cherry blossom as they bring little rain. So this was all about the local winds that blow in India in summer season. Loo, Kal Baisakhi, mango shower and cherry blossom. Let's go to the next slide. This slide talks about again the local winds. The map to the right hand side of the screen has the map showing the local winds. So you can see Loo is covering the major northern plains of our country and some parts of Gujarat and Rajasthan is also covered. Then we have Bardoli, Chera in Assam and Kal Baisakhi in West Bengal. Kal Baisakhi and Bardoli, Chera is one and the same. In Assam it is called by that name. So Kal Baisakhi gives rain to Assam and West Bengal. Mango shower gives rain to Karnataka and cherry blossom is very, very intensive, or we can say it helps in Karnataka and Kerala for coffee cultivation. So this is all about the local winds. Go to the left hand side on the screen. The slide talks about the summer season. These local winds come in summer season. So the summer season starts in the month of March itself and it is till the June month. The northern plain will record the highest temperature. Deccan Plateau will be comparatively cooler as it has moderating influence of the sea. The hot dry winds, Loo, will blow over northern plains. Kal Baisakhi will blow in West Bengal and Assam and mango shower will occur in Karnataka and Kerala. Let's go to the next slide. Now in this slide, let's see what is the difference between temperate and tropical cyclones. Children, we have learnt this before in the previous presentation. Temperate cyclones are western disturbance and in this presentation we have learned tropical cyclones. The difference in both the cyclones are temperate cyclones, they blow in Jan and Feb in India. Tropical cyclones, they blow in October and November in India. Temperate cyclones are mild. They give only 5 to 7 centimeters of rainfall to northwest India. Tropical cyclones are very powerful. They bring thunder, lightning, storm and heavy rainfall of more than 100 centimeters. Temperate cyclones give rain to northwest India. Tropical cyclones give rainfall to southeast coast of India, that is Tamil Nadu coast also. Sources of water. Temperate cyclone picks up the water from Mediterranean Sea and tropical cyclone, the source of water is Bay of Bengal. Temperate cyclone helps for wheat and barley cultivation in Punjab and Haryana and tropical cyclones help in rice and jute cultivation in Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. Let's go to the next slide. What are the sources of rainfall in Punjab? and Tamil Nadu. Punjab has the source of southwest monsoon winds, that is Arabian Sea branch and Bay of Bengal branch. They give heavy rainfall to Punjab from June to September, and western disturbance in Jan and Feb gives 5 to 7 centimeters of rainfall to Punjab, which is helpful for wheat and barley cultivation in winter season. Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu has three sources of rainfall. Southwest monsoon wind, June to September, Arabian Sea branch and Bay of Bengal branch gives less rainfall to Tamil Nadu, as Arabian Sea branch loses moisture till it reaches Tamil Nadu, and Bay of Bengal branch runs parallel to Tamil Nadu, hence it doesn't give much rainfall. In retreating monsoon winds which blow October and November month gives heavy rainfall to Tamil Nadu. Northeast monsoon winds, which are the winter season monsoon winds, they give heavy rainfall to Tamil Nadu in November and December. So this was all about the source of rainfall received in Punjab and Tamil Nadu. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, before we go to the next slide, one more point I would like to discuss. Punjab receives winter rainfall from western disturbance and Tamil Nadu receives winter rainfall from northeast monsoon. Now let's go to the next slide. What are the characteristics and importance of monsoon wind? In this entire lesson, we had learnt about monsoon winds. So, how are these monsoon winds? The monsoon wind is periodic wind, right? They come after an interval of 8 months in India. Monsoon winds are orographic in nature. It means it gives orographic rainfall to India. The meaning of orographic rainfall is when a landmass has many mountains, plateaus and plains, the rainfall received is on windward side heavy rainfall and leeward side less rainfall. So this type of rainfall in mountainous region is called as orographic rainfall. Monsoon winds are giving rainfall which is unevenly distributed. The meaning of this is we do not have same amount of rainfall received in all parts of our country. For example, Thar desert of Rajasthan receives 25 centimeters of rainfall, whereas Mawsynram in Meghalaya receives more than 1000 centimeters of rainfall. So the rainfall is unevenly distributed. Monsoon is erratic in nature. The meaning of erratic is monsoon is very uncertain in nature. We cannot guarantee that every year the monsoon will begin in the same period, or there is no guarantee that every year monsoon will give heavy rainfall. Sometimes the monsoon arrives late and withdraws faster. It is also vice versa. Sometimes monsoon arrives on time but withdraws faster. So this erratic nature of monsoon, because of which there is very uncertainty in the agriculture in India. Monsoon dominates the climate of India because our country depends on agriculture, as agriculture is the main occupation of our country, and agriculture in our country depends on monsoon. And that's the reason monsoon controls the climate of our country and monsoon controls the economy also of our country. The water bodies in India gets dry in summer. So in rainy season, the rivers, the lakes, ponds, they all get filled with water in rainy season. Monsoon reduces the thirst of earth. For 4 months, the earth gets heated due to sun in summer season. In rainy season, that is monsoon season, the earth cools down, and that's why we can say it reduces the thirst of earth. The plant and the animal life depends on monsoon. So we can say monsoon dominates the economy of our country because Our economy depends on agriculture and agriculture depends on monsoon. So we can say the monsoon dominates the economy of our country. So this was all about monsoon. Here we complete the lesson Climate of India. Kindly complete the assignments given on Google Classroom and submit those assignments by posting it back. Write the assignments, the same assignments in notebook also. Read the lesson and underline the keywords with the help of highlighter or with the help of pencil. The next lesson that will be taught through Google Classroom is lesson 9, Soil Resources. Till then, thank you.